Okay, so enter this guy right here, Senator Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader from the Democrats, making him the most powerful Democrat in the Senate, but he definitely doesn't get a lot of love, especially from the hard left right now, because it was just made clear he didn't vote for Zohran Mamdani. Chuck Schumer was anti-Andrew Cuomo. In 2021, when Andrew Cuomo was still governor, and then all the accusations from the females come out, after Chuck Schumer read the report, he asked Andrew Cuomo to resign and was one of the final people that got Cuomo to leave. During the New York City mayor race, he was radio silent when it came to the battle between Zohran Mamdani and Andrew Cuomo, where he refused to make an endorsement until just now, where he made it very clear who he voted for in this clip.
Look, I voted, and I look forward to working with the next mayor to help New York City.
Today's election.
Comment pissed off a lot of people on the far left because Zohran was the Democrat nominee, and many people feel because Chuck Schumer is the Democrat Senate Minority Leader, he should always vote for Democrats. So now a lot of people are saying he should be pushed out as Minority Leader, or in 2028, AOC should challenge him for Senate and beat him. While the hard left is so focused on trying to get rid of Chuck Schumer right now, they're forgetting the fact he is the hard left. He is a very left-wing U.S. senator, and in fact, he's so far left, he's actually the reason Bernie Sanders is a senator right now. That's because Bernie Sanders is an independent, even though he does caucus with the Democrats, but in 2006, when he first ran for U.S. Senate, even though he was a congressman, he wasn't given the Democrat nomination, so he did run as an independent as he always did for Congress, but it wasn't a guaranteed win where a lot of people thought he'd lose. Chuck Schumer, who was already in the Senate for 8 years at that point, was the head of the Democrat Senatorial Campaign Committee, decided to endorse Bernie Sanders over the Democrat nominee, which meant the Democrat nominee got no funding or support from the Democratic Party, which greatly helped out Bernie Sanders get that win. There's also the fact that Chuck Schumer is definitely not an ally to Donald Trump. He votes with him only 12.6% of the time, and just for comparison, Bernie Sanders votes with him 12.1% of the time, and that's not always the best metric, but still that is very important. Also, Chuck Schumer is pretty left-wing by the current Democrat Senate landscape. He is ranked the 18th most left-wing member of the U.S. Senate, and throughout his entire career, he's always been in the top 10 or top 20 for most left-wing, and he's somebody that I can't stand as a moderate libertarian, but most Democrats should actually really like. The reason Chuck Schumer is really hated amongst a lot of people on the left right now is because of his job. He's the Senate Minority Leader, he is leadership, and House and Senate leadership is always the most hated position in Washington. Forget this, but leadership in Congress is the job that nobody wants. In 2015, when John Boehner retired as Speaker of the House, a lot of members of the House were asking Paul Ryan, but he turned it down actually for weeks because he didn't want the part knowing he wouldn't be popular nationally, and he only said yes after Mitt Romney, who he was the running mate for in 2012, asked him formally to do it, so he did. Paul Ryan's a total political has-been right now, where he went from this upstart congressman to being this hated Speaker of the House, and now he's just retired from politics altogether. The thing is this, people like the activists in Congress. They love the people who say everything they want to hear, like Bernie Sanders, AOC, Ron Paul, and many more, but the problem is those guys don't pass a lot of stuff. When you're in leadership, you have to make compromises with people you do not like to try and get deals passed, so because of that, issues like the budget and many more, Chuck Schumer and all the other leaders are not popular. I can't stand this guy, but whoever the Democrats pick to replace him is going to suck as well, and with that, I'm Charles Perallo, Red Blue News. Subscribe to learn something.